The Lui Diaz Podcast.
There's less chances of people just stealing and running away with it. Is the audio better now?
100%. This is supposed to have your name on it, but
Yes.
Haroon Hilmy.
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 Everyone misses
I used to be good with names, bro. I used to be good, but then I turned Aussie.
Oh, what's your origins? Like
Venezuelan.
Venezuelan.
And obviously having a foreign name, you have the experience of being, mispronounced a lot.
Yeah.
So it became really important to me. And for a long time, I was nailing people's names. But I'm officially Aussified now, right? And with that comes Aussie habits like being, whatever your name is.
I try to pronounce names properly, but if I'm reading off, I can't because I'm dyslexic. I'm not Aussie. I'm just gonna straight up say I'm dyslexic, so I can't.
You're not?
I can't read it properly, so that's why I mess up people's names.
That's
Not because I can't pronounce it properly, because I'm dyslexic.
Yeah, well, there's a bit of that. I mean, it's a good point because, like, these days we're consuming less written content, I think.
Yeah, that's
in
true.
my opinion. That might not be true. I think we're consuming more, like, audio-visual than ever,
100%, yeah.
but less written. And I don't know when the last time you wrote something by hand is,
Oh, that's been a while.
but, like, we'd say, like, 98% of our written content is text messaging or emailing, and we do that digitally.
Even in jokes, I write it on my phone. I don't write it on a book or something. It's
Yeah.
all on my phone. If I lose my phone and my notepads, I lose most of my jokes.
I reckon in 100 years or less, humans won't know how to handwrite anything.
Even
We're teaching that at school.
100%. They'll be like the ancient Egyptian text, the hieroglyphs. They'll be learning that,
Yeah.
just learning letters.
No, we'll walk
the
into
alphabet.
a pyramid and it'll just be a bunch of YouTube videos. Mr. fucking Beast selection.
So I build in 100 years, I build a pyramid or something like that.
Yeah, we need to build a pyramid to mark this time in history, but we don't know hieroglyphics. Let's just fill it with TikToks.
It's
People dancing like this.
in front of the pyramids.
And people, like the future historians are going to be like reading that going, that dance means something spiritual.
They'll be like, oh, that's a rain dance. Probably that's what happened. Like, people were just doing TikTok without the
Meanwhile,
videos.
the Egyptians were like writing things like Marco's on the walls.
Like when you research,
Stephanie was here.
when you research into like all the writings, like by profession I do accounting. So when I was researching, I found out that writing was invented by accountants.
Is that right?
Yeah. So
I know. I've literally heard something like this in relation to like the Incan cultures or the Aztec cultures or something like that.
Right.
Incans, something.
even the Egyptian cultures. So when they look at the old tablets and stuff, so the first written letters are literally, this mother owes me this much money. It's just about people just complaining how much other people owe them money. And that's basically why they say accountants invented writing.
Because you lost count.
Yeah. So they didn't write about literature, nothing. It's just about how much someone owes somebody.
So here's how it started. Your mates with like Hal Fuller, right? And you shout Hal Fuller a few beers at the pub one night.
Yeah.
And that few beers, you're good. You stored those few beers in your head.
Yeah.
And he's guaranteed you that he's going to get paid next week after his gig on the pyramid.
Yeah. Doing the TikTok
And you know,
dances.
he's good for it, right? Because the pyramid's,
Yeah, it's
taking a while to build.
Yeah.
And you know he works there.
And it's a big venue as well.
And then the next week comes along and he's like, Haroon, boss didn't pay me, bro. Can I have a few more? And now you're like, oh, I've got to add these few to the other few.
And then you start losing track in your mind. So you got to write it down
I've got
somewhere.
to figure this out.
So that's how...
Literally, we've got Egyptians to blame for Excel.
Yeah, it's literally,
Excel.
Look at my whole career is Egyptians to blame. They ruined everyone's lives.
Excel spreadsheets, taxes, the government.
Even
Blame the
money
Egyptians.
started like that because money used to be gold, right? So I deep dive into history a lot, especially this shit, my field. So money used to be the same thing because it was supposed to be gold was the only currency. So people used to go store gold in like banks and stuff. It's literally just like banks. Before banks were banks, they started storing stuff in these places, and they used to write IOU letters saying that this much money is in the bank. And people were instead of just going to the bank and taking the gold out, they were just paying with those IOU letters.
It's easy because I got to go get the gold out to give to you, but you're going to put it back in the bank.
Yeah. So you're just saving a trip for me if I just write down, okay, out of my this much gold I have in the bank, this is this much.
Efficiency.
Yeah.
It's just efficiency, isn't it?
And that's just became paper, and then that became paper money. That eventually led to paper money.
That's so, yeah. Oh, gosh. I think I knew that, but like, I like the way you tell the story. You told it way better than I think I was told it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, it's learning how to stay. I want to go into more storytelling as well with my comedy. That's where I want to focus more as well, like storytelling jokes.
By the way, I just finished watching episode 1 of Deng, the
Deng, the Gym Junkie.
Deng, the Gym Junkie.
What do you
Can't
reckon?
even get his name right. I loved it.
Is it something different to what you've seen? Like, does
Mate.
that give you an accurate depiction of what you see in the streets?
Well, let me tell you how I feel, because that's what I'm better at.
Yeah.
I'm not good at describing what I see. I'm better at describing how it made me feel, I think.
Yeah.
And all I was thinking was like, I can see this evolving. I love the rawness of it. I can see this is the beginning of something really cool.
Thanks, sir. Thank you very much.
And you know, whether it becomes my vision depends on you and your vision, and depends on whether you stick out the bits that are probably going to be hard. They're going to get hard. You know, it's going to get time consuming. You're going to start doing. You've done one episode, but then you got to do a season, and then you got to do multiple seasons.
We already finished the first season, so we filmed the first season.
Right now, you're releasing them.
Yeah, so we're releasing them one by one. Because if we start doing one episode and then we got 1 week to finish the next episode, you're rushing too much, and I don't think you can achieve the same amount as
People
having
are
the
gonna, sorry, people are going to love this, bro. People are going to love this show
Thanks, man.
because it's like on the streets that we all walk down.
And we wanted to just not do skits as well. We wanted to focus more on a story as well, just following Deng around. So the more episodes you see, and the cast that we used on the series, it's all Melbourne comedians. So we didn't go outside. It's just like comedians hit up comedians and say, "You interested?"
It's a mockumentary, right?
Yeah.
So explain how did it? What is it about? How did this come about?
So me and Meding, we used to do a street interview style channel called Kush and Curry.
Right.
So literally Kush came from, so people, when we used to say Kush and curry, people think it's actually weed and curry the food, but that's not the thing. Kush means it was the ancient Egyptian the Sudanese kingdom. So they had more pyramids than actually Egypt, bringing back to pyramids.
Really?
So in Sudan there's more pyramids than Egypt, and those Egypts are built in the Kushite Empire. So it's like, okay, Kush is Sudanese, and then curry, I love curry.
Who doesn't?
Listen, and that's I used to tell a joke. I used to just start off with the joke saying that you can call me a curry muncher, because for some reason it's supposed to be an insult coming from
It's
Australia.
a compliment.
Yeah, because you're known for your cuisine, right? It's the Vegemite's only thing. So it's like, fuck off with your Vegemite, and you're insulting me for having better cuisine. It's like, that's not an insult. That's a compliment. Calling me curry muncher.
It's like if you came to me and said, "Piss off, you 4 and 20 meat pie loving, beer drinking loving bogan."
It's all great stuff. It's like, yeah, it's like, why are you getting offended? Like,
It's like all facts there.
I see, like, some people get offended when you say curry as well. It's like, it's not offensive because the food.
Bro, we live in the age of being offended.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like 2,000 something, 5,000, 10,000 years ago, they were building pyramids for fun. These days, motherfuckers don't know how to have fun anymore. So they've invented being offended as a way of, they're like, that's their fun. That's their sport.
And
Let me turn the neon sign on.
This is a mad setup. So do you bring?
I totally forgot to do that, bro.
So do you bring everything every time you come here?
No, leave it here. I just trust motherfuckers won't steal it.
It's Melbourne, bro. See, that's the
Somehow it's just still back here every Saturday when I arrive. Come back.
that's the crazy difference between the city and the country, right? Like, you can trust people way more in the country than the city.
100%, because you know there's only 6 dudes in there and you're going to kick the shit out of one of them.
And it's probably one of all 6 of them are
You'll know
family
where they
members.
live.
It's like-
You know where they live.
it's all family members as
We
well.
were talking about this in one of my episodes. We were talking about country people versus city people and how country people... Luke James brought it up.
Right.
Luke James brought it up. He, in relation to the pandemic, right? You know how Melbourne was during
Yeah.
that time. But then he moved to Queensland during that time. He's probably told you this, right? And then he learned really quickly that you can't mess around with people as much
Yeah,
there as you can here.
that's true.
And that's why people get away with behaviours of certain types in big cities.
100% true.
Because they're like, there's a chance I might never see you again, so I'm
So
going
I
to just
can
king hit you. Or whatever it is that they do, play jokes on you,
this is-
steal your girlfriend.
Which is a close-knit community in the country, right? And I experienced it firsthand because...
That's a problem with big metropolises.
and it's I feel like it's the attitude of the people as well.
Hmm.
Because I went to Western Australia and on my... I did a road trip. And on my trip, you got that's the great this thing. A KFC burger and a solo is the perfect combination.
Did you hear that? Now you got to hear the guzzle as it goes down my throat. Do you want to
You
should
know
we do
what I mean? It's
ASMR
like-
this?
Yeah, ASMR. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You know, one thing I hate about KFC,
Sorry,
their
Robs.
fries. Their fries are useless.
I gave them 4 stars because of the fries. I didn't try
Right.
5 stars. No, 4.
The zinger by itself, it's amazing.
100. They would have got 5 just on the
Yeah.
zinger.
It's just
But
the
then
fries.
they delivered these soggy ass fries.
Every single time it's soggy. It's never fresh. Macca's have better fries.
Macca's do, because they have French fries. So the worst case scenario with French fries is though you'll just overcook them,
That's true.
right? But with thick cut chips, like the longer they sit there, the worse they get. Like, have you ever gone like and bought some wedges from a pub? The wedges, and you're like, they last the whole footy match, right? So you're sitting there, they're sitting there for 2 hours, and eventually you get peckish again. You go for one more wedge.
And it's just soggy
It
ass.
is miserable.
And I
It's like, yeah.
and like I work in food industry, so my accounting field I work for. Food
you do?
Yeah, food service company. And like when it comes to fries,
Food industry.
yeah.
Ah.
So basically, I work for a company that delivers food to restaurants. So they bulk buy stuff.
Yep.
Like all the big restaurants, even Domino's and all them. So with fries, there's like different prices with fries. So you can start from $13 a kilo, go up to $26 not $26, $50 a kilo, something like that.
Yep.
So you got the McCain's, and the McCain's has so many different versions of the fries.
Really,
Yeah.
McCain Deluxes and
You
McCain
got the
Golds and
super
McCain.
crisps, extra crisps, so all these different crisps, and the way you fry it and the end results makes the difference. So basically the inside's still the same, but it's the outer layer of the fries. It's crispy or soggy, depends on how much money you spend on the fries. So that's why some pubs have really good fries, some pubs have shitty fries. It's just they're not putting the
Why
extra.
some pubs charge $27 for their fries and
Yeah.
others charge $13.
Yeah, it's just and you can see the difference in the quality of the fries as well. Some might just charge $26 and give you the $13 fries. So
I never heard of this, bro. This is new to me. This is new
it's
news.
inside information. No,
I love what I learn on this podcast.
it's awesome.
I got food all over my face.
No, that's why.
They didn't give me a napkin, so I'm going to...
It's KFC's fault, man. KFC, Colonel Sanders. Come on, man. You got to do better.
I got to wipe my face on Colonel Sanders's...
You know KFC sued Colonel Sanders?
Wait a second.
You didn't know that?
I didn't realize I was going to be enriched with so much information and knowledge.
It's just random knowledge.
And it's useless information.
Yeah, it's
but
100%.
somehow I'm attracted to it. Somehow I love it. Like, if you told me that an asteroid was going to hit the Earth tomorrow, I'd be like, maybe. But you tell me this.
Colonel Sanders got sued by KFC. He's like,
Now I want to know more.
The asteroid came
Hold-
in.
You know, what is it? Well, hold my beer.
Because he was upset that KFC brought its standards down. And he... Because after he sold KFC to the corporations, he was upset the KFC brought his standards down. So he made a different fried chicken business under his wife's name, but he was putting his face on it.
Mrs.
Yeah,
Colonel.
Mrs. Colonel. I can't remember what it was called, but it was not Colonel. But so he was putting his face on it.
Yeah.
And his face, even though it was his actual face in his own business, KFC owns his face because that's why he's under this.
Yeah.
So KFC sued him for using his likeness
Hey.
on his own business.
I bought your face. You didn't realize that?
That's so crazy. Like you lose your right to your own face.
I didn't buy this for $100 million to not bring the face with me. I've bought the face. The face is ours now. You can't have that face anymore.
That's so insane. I can't use my own face.
You're allowed to
someone
wear it, and you're allowed to have family photos, but
walk around with
you
it.
can't
and
do any commercial ventures with it.
You can't make money off your face.
You got to
because-
use Mrs. Sanders' face.
which is insane. Like how do you like? It's. I feel like at some point capitalism has to like stop, right? Like you go to a point in
What's the point in capitalism if it can't be capitalist?
That is 100%.
You know what I mean?
But like it's that extreme capitalism. You lose your right to your own face.
Yeah, because you put the freaking face on the business. And I'm buying the business. You know what I mean? I'm not buying your recipes.
That's like saying that you don't own your face. It's Lui Diaz Podcast Enterprise owns you.
One day I'm going to sell this podcast. I'm going to have to change my name.
Yeah, because you don't own it anymore. Because so the corporations that own it.
I was talking about this with someone yesterday. You know, I've really struggled. I was talking about this in the last episode. I've really struggled with naming the podcast. I didn't know what to name it. In the first episode, I called it On a Journey. Oh, you know, I wasn't quite sure. And it was a real struggle until eventually I had to just put episodes out. And I named it after me. But even 97 episodes in, and I know I didn't write on that clapper. I'm going to write on that clapper. Even 97 episodes in, it still doesn't feel that comfortable that I've named it after me.
I feel like this is you got a unique and nice name. It's like a very catchy name.
Well,
so
it fits on a neon sign
yeah, that's
nicely.
it. You
It's not
already
like-
spent it on the sign. So like,
Maybe if I had one of them Sri Lankan names.
yeah, you know the cricketer Chaminda He has
Yeah.
like the longest name.
What's his name?
It's I can't remember. It's like
Chaminda.
He has like 7 initials before.
Ranatunga.
It, like some Varnakuna Surya Ge Rage. Some
I mean, it would be wise of him not to name his podcast after him.
he just can use the initials and they'll still fill up the whole area.
But anyway, then eventually I've settled with it. I was talking to this girl yesterday. She does personal branding, and I was talking about my struggle with it, and that maybe I won't want to do this forever, but ultimately as a podcast or as a YouTube video, you tend to you build an audience, right? That's what you do.
Yeah.
And the smart podcasts, I guess, have an exit plan. They're going to sell out, you know, like when you get to 1 million viewers and your podcast is called the world's best hikers podcast or something like that.
And it's not.
Then you can sell the shit out of
Yeah,
it.
that's true.
But you
But then
can't
it
sell
doesn't have
a
the
Louis
personality.
podcast.
It doesn't have the personality. Like Lui Diaz Podcast means like, we know it's your personality. The best hiker in the world, it just doesn't mean anything. It doesn't have that personal touch into this.
Something about it.
It gives you a personal touch. I think.
They still manage to get lots of, you know what I mean? It's sellable. It's more
Yeah,
sellable
that's
than
true,
this.
Yeah, because it's a
'Cause you gotta-
common name. It's a common name.
And you
It's
got to
a-
bring you got to bring me with you if you want to buy it. I can't sell you this podcast. I can sell you my email list.
But then it's
But I can't
with
say-
every podcast you're attracted to the person, right? Not actually the podcast. Don't you reckon?
I agree, but still, for
Like,
you can't buy the Joe Rogan podcast off Joe, right? Say you want to buy. Look, I've got a shoe company, and I want to invest in marketing. I want to buy. Look, I don't want to build a podcast. I want to buy a podcast that's already built. Which one am I going to buy? Oh, well, every single person that listens to the Joe Rogan podcast wears shoes, so I'm going to buy that podcast. But then you're like, you can't buy that podcast.
Without Joe Rogan.
It's got his name on
Yeah.
it.
But I feel like even any podcast, like the Flagrant podcast, right? So you remove Andrew Schultz or Akash thing out of the podcast. It's not the same podcast. It's a completely different podcast, and I feel like that vibe of the podcast changes as well. Like recently, if you watch the Flagrant episodes without Andrew Schultz, it's not the same exact podcast as having the whole crew.
But he did a smart thing. He didn't name it after him,
Yeah.
and he exited. He didn't just give them the podcast. He would have sold it to them.
I think he's in Australia currently doing a movie, so he's just taking a break. So
Oh, okay. So they're just keeping production rolling, but without him.
yeah,
That's interesting. That's
But
interesting, I guess, because I did make some assumptions there. I'll backtrack on those. But that is interesting. Eventually, you do want to exit from something.
yeah.
And someone wants what you have. Someone wants your audience or whatever. How do you sell that without? Yeah, that's a tricky one. It's a tricky one.
You got to do the kind of Sanders, bro. You just
Barry
sell it
Anderson.
and start a new podcast.
Again, I
And
wonder
the way-
how his second venture went. What was it called? Mary's.
I can't remember. It's something to do with his wife. So
Did I spell that correctly?
yes, that's perfect. Yeah,
Himley.
Hilmy.
LMY.
Yeah.
LM. I said it wrong. I spelt it wrong. Hilmy. Hilmilly.
Yeah, Hilmy.
Hill.
They used to make fun of me in school. Like, hell in Sri Lankan Sinhalese means whole, and me is me, right? So whole me. Basically, they used to call me whole me. That's funny, bro.
Well, I feel like we're just getting started now, even though we're 20 minutes in. So I want to welcome you officially to the podcast. Thanks for coming. I asked, Deng originally said he wanted to come on this with you, but I was like, I only do one-on-ones.
Yeah,
Because
he was
obviously I'm
yeah.
only set up for it. So I said, we got to wait a few months as well, because in a few months, I'm taking the whole winter off.
right.
Yeah.
Winter,
Is
summer.
that Derm? Hey, Derm.
You just know the people. They're just so familiar with you now. They just know you.
The AFL legend.
All right.
Um,
Is that actually? I don't watch AFL. Sorry, man.
yeah, I watched too much of it. Tweaking out. The finals are on today. So,
What is it today? Is it
not
not the
the
grand
grand
final,
final,
the
the last-
premiership.
the last final before the grand final.
So the premiership
second
final, right?
team.
Is that the premiership final?
That's next week.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
still confused with the rules.
That doesn't matter.
I just wait till
The
next.
rules change every year, to be fair.
And really,
Yeah, they change them all the time.
I just wait till the last week and then go. Whoever's at the top
That's
of the
it.
table, I go. That's my team.
That's the smartest thing to do.
It's been a free agent.
You are a smart guy, I've realised.
Because I have some co-workers who support North Melbourne. Like, y'all haven't won in so long.
I know,
What's
bro.
the point of even supporting them
Bro,
now?
I follow them. And it's
Oh,
hard.
North Melbourne.
It's hard, bro.
Like, how does it
I don't
feel?
really follow. Look, I troll the hell out of them. I'm like, how are we going to screw up this year?
That's the same with my...
And then at the end of the year, I say, see, screwed it up. Told you.
Told you so. I was predicting before the seasons. But, like, it's the same with... I'm a Manchester United fan, so the feeling's mutual. So I know what you feel.
Oh, I thought they were a good team, though.
No, they've been bad for the last decade or so.
Really?
Yeah.
No. Because 2 years ago, I watched them in an FA Cup final against Man City.
Yeah, FA Cup's not the same.
Was it FA Cup?
Yeah, FA Cup. So they have like 4 different cups.
All right. Yeah. So see, this is one of my weaknesses in life.
No,
EPL.
EPL. Oh, EPL.
Oh yeah.
It's... But you're Venezuelan, so you should have some kind of like football or
No,
soccer.
no.
Come on.
They're baseball. They're a baseball country.
Is it?
Yep.
Right. Oh, yeah. Venezuela doesn't have a lot of soccer players.
They do. They got a team they've got a team, being in that region, and the team got known. They made it into some finals
Right.
or something a few years ago, something.
I
Can't
think there
remember
was a United player was Venezuela. I think Valencia.
Maybe.
It might be
I don't
Ecuadorian
know.
or Venezuela.
I don't know.
Because the flags look similar, right? Venezuela. and
Yeah, they all
Ecuador.
look the same. The flags.
And I thought baseball was more Cuba than Venezuela.
Yeah, but we're in the region, bro.
Yeah, it's
It's
just
the Caribbean Sea. Cuba's like just
above,
there. Yeah. It's funny because Mexico doesn't have baseball or like isn't known for baseball,
yeah.
but Cuba is, and Venezuela it loves baseball somehow.
It's just
It's like the odd ones out.
and that's so weird. It's like the communist countries. Both countries are communist, and baseball is an American sport, which is it's like peak capitalistic
You're gonna
sport.
Start triggering people.
It's just funny how the Trump's just bullying the Venezuelan president with like sending military and everything. It's just Trump is just like a big baby, literally.
Oh, bro.
The way he reacted to Jimmy Kimmel as well, like
Politics is global politics is a mad.
That's true.
And when you think about it, it's probably always been that brutal. I mean, let's put it this way: you're a history guy.
yeah,
Like, think of all the revolutions and that. People getting their heads cut off. People getting assassinated. Politics has always been brutal.
yeah.
People look at it now and go, "Oh, it's so brutal." But the reality is,
I think it's less brutal
it's
than
definitely more tame than it has been in history.
We used to just chop off people's heads in the middle of the town square, saying that they're bad leaders. Like we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
We have rules and impeachments and all that to
Intimidate. Will they intimidate people? Yes. They say things. Yes. But like, they're not killing each other anymore. Unless you're
Yeah, unless you the forbidden topic.
Rhymes with smiz snail. Rhymes with smiz snail.
You can't say the name if you want to sell the podcast.
Smiz snail. Rhymes with smiz snail.
And they're just going too much, too overboard. They're turning back the clock. Let's go old school on this.
Yes, the world is definitely a changing place, isn't it?
It's crazy. It's just like the fact that
Signs of dystopia around us, isn't there?
and like as a history buff, like even if you just keep repeating the same history
Well,
thing.
here's the thing. People that studied history, even if it was incorrectly written, okay?
You always see a pattern in it. Like it just
Yeah,
keeps repeating.
But what history teaches you is critical thinking. If anything,
Yeah.
history teaches you critical thinking.
100%. Because like
Because they write critical thinking into it, even if they miswrite it. So let's just say the Second World War wasn't what we think it is, for example, and that the Germans were the good guys and the Americans were the bad guys. Let's just put it that way. Say that that's the reality, but they wrote it the other way around, right?
yeah.
They're going to write all the context around it. You, even by learning the wrong history, you're being taught the traits of
Yeah.
someone who should question things and evaluate things and make your own critical thinking choices around them. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So even learning incorrect history is beneficial for someone. Any history about anything.
It's because you learn and you read about it and say, okay, this sounds weird. Like, why would they do this? Why would they do that?
Yeah, and then they tell you why they did it. Well, they did this because of this,
and
and,
like-
then you're like, well, why?
Even like when you look at colonization,
Pretty
like
interesting, bro.
Sri Lanka and India and stuff, like it's basically put like, oh, the British just came, took over India, took over Sri Lanka, and they said, okay, now this is my land. But that's not actually what happened. Like when you start, that's what basics is taught in like in schools and history books. But when you start like you said, critically thinking, okay, why would someone, especially like when British took over India, India was generating 60% of the world's GDP at that time in the 15th century.
Really?
Yeah. Because
Was that because the rest of the world was just, or was that?
they were mass producing because they were just
Uh-huh.
mass producing, and they were sending everything to Europe, and all the gold from Europe was coming to India.
That makes sense. And we've all heard of the East India Trading Company. If
so-
you've watched Pirates of the Caribbean, you would have heard of it.
East India Trading Company is probably
One of the most famous corporations in human history.
they are one of the worst corporations as well. Like
Mhm.
they're
I
people
mean-
people blame the British government, like the British Raj, the Queen, and everything, for ruining colonization and all that. But the real culprits were the East India
But
Company.
you would have been, they probably would have been colonized if they didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
but
they just took it to an extreme.
it's a company who colonized these countries. It's insane. It's
Yeah, like the West Indies.
it's like Facebook coming and colonizing Australia. It's just like it's so insane.
It's wild.
Because you think a company has so much power to do that. And like,
Oh. Companies these days do that, except they don't publicize it as much.
it's called lobbying. They just use lobbying to do
It's called
to
elbow.
do what they want.
It's called elbow. And then we got to 2025. Yeah. I mean, I do feel sorry for the kids these days, not because I feel like they're worse off than us in any way, but because there's so much smoke and mirrors. But then I think, there's a lot more that's out. There's a lot more information that's available to you.
100%.
All you need to do is know now how to discern between real news and fake news,
And
because
then,
because the fake news is going to be accusing the real news of being fake, and the fake news is going to be accusing the new rules of being fake. So you're going to be left in a Mexican standoff of like which one's real.
and then you got the TikTok dancers as well. So he goes like so much distraction. So that it's like, oh, let these news fight. I'm just gonna doom scrolling to see this.
Exactly.
This doom scroll because there's so much divide amongst the news side itself. It's like you don't want to put any more attention there.
Well, I had this like vague vision today that we were going to come into the city today and there was going to be a pro-Palestine rally and another one of those anti-immigration rallies mixed with like a Collingwood versus Brisbane rally.
It's just all
and
the
somehow they were all going to kind of like, these guys were going to march down this street south. These guys were going to march north up the same street. And these guys were going to go east to west.
It's like a four-way junction.
So now you've got Collingwood fans fighting the pro-Palestine people, and you've got Brisbane fans fighting the anti-immigration people, and they don't even actually know why they're fighting each other. They were just trying to make their way across the street to the G.
It's insane. It's like, and the fact that they officially publicize, okay, we're going to march for this cause, and then somebody organized the anti-whatever march against the march, and they just want to collide each other. You just want to fight. That's it.
It's like Bathurst. It's basically Bathurst is just where people that like Holden go to sink tinnies next to people that like Ford and then throw the empty tinnies at each other. So, that's my most broken analogy for it.
And it makes 100% sense because
it's that petty.
It's that petty. End of the day, it's a car or it's this thing. It's like,
you're not fighting against the same. Or you don't have like what I found.
I understand the Palestinian protest and that part is like talking about freedom for people and fighting for freedom, but then
fighting for the right to live.
Yeah. And then, but turning that violence is just disrespecting those same people as well. Like,
pretty much,
it needs to be peaceful because you're protesting for their rights, and don't make your actions make them look bad.
They're like, what can we do? I know. Let's hold a protest 20,000 kilometers away from where the problem actually is, and let's throw a bit of violence in there as well.
It's like violence never
sprinkle a little bit of violence in there.
It's like,
but you know what I think? I actually think that like two dudes punched each other, but then there was like 200,000 people there, and those two dudes are the ones that made it onto the news, and then the news went, violence breaks out. These savages.
It's bread and games, right? Bread and games, like they say in Rome. Like to distract the people, you just put on all these.
They've done a marvelous job because they are distracted. And there's this some comedian that I've been following for a while, Khaled, whatever his name is.
Right. I don't know.
And he's gone full angry pro-Palestine, but to the point where he's literally lecturing Australian comedy audiences on this stuff, and it's like, bro.
People come to comedy to get out of all this politics and everything. And when you bring politics in,
it's like you're making this people's problem. But you know what? We're not all focused on global challenges. Some of us are focused on
day-to-day challenges.
Why this guy over here is sleeping on the street. Sorry, just you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I want to solve that problem. And I understand, yes, but like basically what you're trying to do is force the issue you care about down my throat at the cost of the issues I care about.
And it's global politics as well. So what we have is a small amount of voice compared to what the actual politicians and leaders have. They have more impact and more like they can take more actions than what we can do.
Bob Catter.
He's an interesting guy.
you know, Bob Catter's got more pull than I do when it comes to politics,
Yeah.
global politics.
That's true. Rather than us screaming, I feel like we should focus on putting the right people in power. It's just not. Don't. It's because, like Plato
Like,
used
no
to
one
say.
should be in power.
Plato
Don't trust
used-
anyone.
Plato has an interesting philosophy. He said,
Plato,
yeah,
the philosopher.
Socrates, yeah,
Socrates,
the philosopher, has an interesting philosophy. Anything Socrates said is what Plato wrote.
Okay.
So
All right.
Socrates didn't write down anything, so Plato actually wrote
So,
it down.
oh, right. Okay. Interesting. So Plato was the one.
Yeah, basically Plato is Socrates.
Right. Interesting.
And Socrates used to say, leaders shouldn't be done through democracy because democracy doesn't work. He said democracy is just a popularity contest.
Yeah.
You're just going to vote out the most popular person. Rather, it should be a kind of aristocracy where we pick the best of the best in that field and then we decide who's the best to lead us. It should be what do you call experience and knowledge based on the topic that they're talking about. Shouldn't just be a popularity contest. Not everyone can go in and ask for elections or ask for votes. It needs to be people who are qualified.
David Rose said something interesting when I spoke to him earlier this year. He said that because he's studied law,
Right.
he said that back in like 100 years ago, you used to have to study Socrates and the philosophers in order to study law, in order to get your law degree.
Right.
Because, you know, philosophy is a lot about the formation of thought and thought that, you know, in order to advance society, right? Once you've got an established society, what's the use for philosophy anymore? So with that brings us to 2025, where if you go to university today to get a philosophy degree, you're pretty much working at Macca's.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But then philosophy teaches you critical thinking, like you said.
Yes. And we're getting there. It's interesting that you say this because then I was reading this book by Yuval Noah Harari, the
I've heard that name.
Sapiens author.
I've heard the name, but
Sapiens was the history of humankind, published in 2013.
I think I've seen that book somewhere. I thought of
Enormous,
it. Is it good?
huge seller.
Right.
Everyone was reading it.
Okay.
People were reading it on the tram and shit. It was like 50 Shades of Grey, but for smart people.
Like you said, back to bringing the topic back. I don't like reading. I like listening. So
Yeah.
just headphones on and just while doing Excel sheets and stuff, just listening to books.
Well, I read Sapiens and I loved it. It's just like a brief history of humankind from ape man to now man. And then he wrote this other book called something about the 21 Lessons for the 21st Century or something. I think that was the one. And you know, because he's a historian, you develop these critical thinking skills that enable you to develop this kind of fascination or interest in maybe, I've seen these patterns throughout history again and again and again and again. Maybe I know how to predict the future a little bit.
Or not just follow into the same traps again. Because
Yeah, well, everything's in cycles, they think. And then this guy is like, well, he said that because of AI, there's going to be a huge uptick in philosophers needed in society.
AI is going to
Well, AI is
reduce the critical thinking because, it's not.
Well, AI is going to challenge us so much.
Right, okay.
The context was, say you go to buy a car, right? And it's an autonomous vehicle. And you go to the dealership and they say to you, so there's one last thing. Before we program this car for you, in the event of an accident that cannot be mitigated, do you want the car to act in your favor and kill the other person? Or do you want the car to kill you and save the other person?
So that's the trolley problem. Have you heard of the trolley problem? So there's this philosophical, like ethical question. So this is basically similar, but in this scenario, you're not dying, but you're at this trolley where this train track, and you're next to a lever, and this lever, when you pull the lever, there's two tracks that's separating. It splits, and then there's this trolley coming down the track, and on one side there's 5 people tied down to the track. On the other side there's one person. The trolley is going towards the 5 people, and now they say you're in front of the lever. If you pull, it'll go towards the one person and kill that one person. But if you don't pull it, it'll kill all 5 people. And then it's basically giving you the chance, like the option of like, are you going to kill one person to save five people, or are you just going to let the natural course of action, like the natural course of it, just happen?
That's interesting, and that's why this guy, this historian, says we will need philosophers again. So I'm looking at you at home. If you're currently working at McDonald's because you've got a philosophy degree, hang in there.
Yeah, soon you're going to be back on top, baby. This money's going to start pouring in.
It's going to start raining cash.
Just few more fries to fry. That's
Exactly.
it.
French fries.
French fries, yes. Not the KFC
not the
shitty
wet
fries.
ones, not the wet ones.
Yeah, if you're working at KFC, you don't have a philosophy degree.
Yeah. Got a degree.
Yeah, next time they're going to spit on my
Got a high
KFC
school
burger.
diploma. I worked at KFC. That's why I'm doing a podcast in a laneway.
This is other philosopher. This is the other thing. My hobby is just reading random shit. Just putting, like you said, unwanted, unnecessary information in your
Unsolicited thoughts.
Yeah.
Creating unsolicited thoughts.
And
Undesired.
this guy said, "You tell me your why you started this." This philosophy said, that's like basically my intro to comedy as well. I didn't know until I started reading this guy's philosophy, and like 2 months ago, it's like, all right, that's literally why I got into comedy. But he said there's this thing called will in life, and his name is Arthur Schopenhauer. He said there's this thing called will, and it always
Will.
Yeah.
Like willpower.
Yeah,
Will.
so similar to willpower, but you cannot get rid of it. It always leads you towards suffering. Whatever you do, it leads you towards suffering in life.
Mm-hmm.
And this will is a force that exists, and it always leads you to suffering. And the only way to escape the suffering is to live the aesthetic life, and that living the aesthetic life is just a small period of time. You escape that period of suffering. And he said the aesthetic life is basically going anything into art related, like music, podcast. Like this is creative.
Yeah.
A creative avenue to escape that suffering for a small period of time, and then you get back to that. Do you reckon you started the podcast was something like that? Like was an escape towards?
I think escaping reality has been the reason I've done everything in life. To be honest, I think apart from having to go to my day job, which has been different jobs over different periods of time, but I think every single, I'm going to say 95% of every single action I took for as long as I can remember has been in order to escape.
That's literally because I was working in the warehouse. I was working in the warehouse office.
How is that job? I've done that, by the way. I mean,
I feel
not the
like-
same warehouse. I don't know what you're talking about. Could be
But
a different warehouse.
I feel like the warehouse environment is much more happy because everyone are very direct. So if they feel like they'll tell you they feel like
Sure, it's more authentic.
yeah,
sure.
more authentic. And
But
it's
how
like this,
mundane is the work though? Picking up the same boxes every day for.
but the fact that you can swear while picking the boxes is much
True.
better than when you're in the office looking at spreadsheets and
Well, they just passively
Yeah.
aggressively attack each other.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it so often in an office. I see it all the time.
like
It's the worst
actually
behavior.
AI has helped me save my job because sometimes I go, this dumb motherfucker is the it's just gonna AI. Just make sure this is professional, so it just writes you
Yeah.
a nice email so you don't sound.
That's so good.
It's like keep the same tone that I'm an asshole, but just make sure it's professional. So.
I'd love to see some of those prompts. I probably need them.
I think AI has helped me just dealing with moron coworkers, especially dealing with their emails. That's the best
It will
thing.
help us optimize anything we want in life. And if your main challenge in life is dealing with moron coworkers, then yes, AI will come in handy for that.
And hopefully AI replace those morons as well.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe I'm one of the morons. You know what I mean? Like that could possibly be it.
But then again, that's true. But then again, it loses the human touch, right? It's like, at least you can call someone a moron. AI, you just call them moron and there's no feelings, nothing. Like if you call the person moron, you get a reaction back.
Well, they're building AIs that'll be calling us morons soon.
Yes. They already think we are morons because
These guys.
some of the dumb questions people ask.
Mm. Yeah. Hi.
That's a Galatasaray jersey. It's Turkish.
You're late, by the way.
Yeah.
I started at 11 today. Yeah. Yeah. This is this is my filmer. You missed a whole episode. You're not getting paid. I'm not paying you.
It's free work, freelance. It's just literally
You
free
see how
work.
quickly he ran away when I started talking? Yeah.
What do you?
People think I'm civilized because I have equipment here, but then they engage with me, and then
then
I
they-
start talking to them, and they run.
And the people most of your guests are comedians as well. They're not civilized as well. So it's like,
Yeah, I've had a lot of comedian on, and it's been fun, but I've got to escape from comedians a little bit because I've started to become too jovial with people. So I had the Snake Hunter on, really nice guy, great sense of humor too, by the way.
I remember seeing the clip about the King Browns in the apartments. That's insane.
That is insane. Yeah, he's nuts, and the whole time he's sitting here, I'm like, don't tell a joke about trouser snakes. Don't. Yeah, you know. And I'm like, I said to him in the episode, I'm like, oh, sorry, bro. I had to say the trouser snake thing. I've just had too many comedians on the podcast
you
lately.
just gotta
It's
riff.
changing
You
me
just-
too much.
You just start riffing jokes and just normal guests.
These people are telling me like deep stories of their life, and I'm like, oh yeah. And then she did what? Your wife cheated on you with who?
Which trouser snake was that?
Yeah, no, that didn't happen to him. But I'm just, yeah, I'm real. And you know what? Comedians has been fun as well.
Because the hang is great. That's the best part about
Yeah,
comedians.
Yeah,
is-
yeah. Mostly.
Yeah.
Mostly. They're all different. Look, some are better than others, for sure. And let me just tell you one thing. There's no correlation between the amount of followers you have and how good you are to hang with.
Yeah, that's true. That's 100% true.
1,000,000% true.
Some people that I know that are pretty popular here, they're not great hangs.
I've met some of the more boring that are like followed by a lot of people. Not that I've had any of them on the podcast, but I'm just saying, like you, aren't you supposed to be funny, bro?
Yeah.
I thought you were sick. You know, I
Like-
thought you were bad.
The other thing is
I
like
thought this was gonna be sick.
some comedians are really great on stage.
What are you guys talking about?
Comedians.
Comedian.
Yeah.
What do you think he's a comedian? No. Did
He actually is. Say a joke, say a joke. Tell him.
This is what I hate. Like the non-comedian friends always point to the funny guy in the group and say, "Hey, he's a comedian. Tell a joke."
Yeah.
Big Snapper's shirt?
Sorry?
Is that a Big Snapper's shirt?
Yeah.
From Kendrick?
Yeah.
That's sick. Did you go?
Yeah. I went to his. I've been to I think
Did he
almost.
come in Melbourne as well?
Yeah, Melbourne. I went to both his shows. I was an idiot. This funny thing, sir. This Kendrick Lamar, sir. So I went like I love Kendrick Lamar,
Yeah.
and
I
I
like
stopped
him.
going to concerts. I think that was the last concert because I'm just too old. Because whenever I go there, I just push people around and just make a mosh pit. And there's at one point, like I was recording a video, and somebody in the background goes, not again, man. It was just fed up of the mosh pits. I was like, and then after watching the video, it's like, I'm too old to do this,
So
man.
how did you go from going from accounting to getting into comedy? Like what's the
It's basically became so boring. It's just like the structure and everything. Like you got to follow these rules. You got to speak.
But
like
you've
this.
always been funny then.
Yeah.
You must have always
I was the class clown always.
right. Okay.
Yeah. So
Then you landed in accounting for some reason. Maybe you were good at maths?
yeah, maths. I wasn't good at writing. I was dyslexic, but I was good at numbers. So I was just like working on numbers. I was like, numbers are easy. Numbers are easy to understand compared to letters because you got to put it together. It makes a sound. Whereas numbers, 1 + 1 is 2.
It was always equals 2 in every language.
Unless you're Terrence Howard, 1 + 1 = 1. And he just wrote a whole thesis about it. That was crazy.
Let's
But
not get political again.
And I think that was the best Joe Rogan episode, just like when he brought the actual
send that one to me?
professor. Terrence Howard, the guy who wrote the 1 + 1 = 2. The actor who did War Machine on the first Iron Man. Empire. Have you watched the TV show Empire? You'll know the guy if you see him. So he just brought this
I
guy.
know faces. I don't know names of show. Yeah. I checked out like maybe 15 years ago from
TV.
all the stuff that's out there.
So what kind of content do you take?
I'm still listening to stuff from the 60s. I've been listening to the Beatles this week.
But-
I
okay.
did. I was listening to Hard Day's Night one night this week, one morning, because I woke up. My girlfriend knew I didn't sleep a wink that night. I just didn't sleep at all. And then I had these bags under my eyes and I put the Beatles on. It's been a hard day's night. And I just started dancing just to like, bring a bit of joy into my life.
I love 60s and 70s rock.
How good is it?
But I never got into the Beatles.
And that's, well, yeah, I mean, I think the Beatles, they deserve their place in history. But
Well,
like,
Led Zeppelin and
I'm like, all the good shit's already been done.
yeah.
You
Now,
know
when
what I
it
mean?
comes
Like
to rock,
the
yeah.
90s were sick. The early 2000s were sick. Some of the shows that have come out,
Yeah.
some of them have been sick. But like, we're saturated these days.
There's so
I've
much
checked
out there.
out. You're like, hey, have you do you know this? I'm like, nah, I don't care. I blissfully live under a rock. I don't give a f. And you know why? Because,
Ignorance is a bliss.
but all the sheeple, they just run to the next thing all the time.
Just following
But they
trend.
literally forget. Like, they're just like dory fishers, just trend followers. Me, I love beautiful things that last. I love researching YouTube videos about space and learning about how the Andromeda galaxy is going to collide with the Milky Way in about 2 billion years or whatever, 5 billion years,
And
whatever.
you're
it
all
is.
going to die.
Well, we're gonna, you planning on living that long? We're dead anyway.
But
Dead.
didn't you see the clip of
love that shit.
Xi Jinping saying that they want to live in, Xi Jinping and Putin saying that they found a way to become immortal with organ transplants?
Which is great for them.
But it's like, why would you, like, by that time your body is already gone, your bones will be weak,
Well,
like,
that's-
you can't even walk or this. Enjoy life actually.
I mean, let's go back to your point before. Life is just, it's a journey of what, pain? Or like,
yeah, life leads you to suffering, and the only way to escape suffering is the the aesthetic life.
so if that's true, then these motherfuckers, all they're saying is that they just want to suffer forever.
Yeah,
I want to suffer forever. Because when you're dead, that'll be peace. Whatever life you've lived, we all end up in the same hole in the ground at the end. And it's the same level of peace we feel. Whether you're a broke man or a billionaire. And trust me, billionaires have problems. They have billionaires' problems. Broke people have problems. They have broke people problems. Problems are problems.
That's true. Doesn't matter what stage you have. And
Xi Jinping's like, I just love problems.
I was listening to this.
I love problems.
the
I want to solve them forever.
The writer who wrote the subtle art of not giving a
Yeah, Mark Manson.
Mark Manson. So he has a podcast called Solved.
Can you come in a little bit? I'm starting to lose you. Yeah, yeah.
He's got
Solved.
Solved. Yeah,
Solved.
so it's like a 4-5 hour podcast.
Does it?
He deep dives into research about like
I was a big fan of that book, by the way.
mental problems and everything you have. Like it's just procrastination, like living like this thing. And he has an episode about happiness, and he said, if you're poor and you're still happy, when you get money, you'll be happy. If you're poor and not happy, when you get money, you won't be happy. It's the same thing. It's like happiness is not based on money. It's about how your outlook of life is, like how you look at situations, and you still can enjoy life. And
That's true.
And he said the bare minimum you need to be happy is not to be broke, and
Have some shelter.
have companions.
Have some water, shelter, basic. You need that.
Yeah.
The basics. Yeah.
And
but
he
some
said
companions
finances doesn't change you. Like with all the research they've
changes
done.
the problems you have.
Yeah, that's true. Because
You just go from, how am I going to avoid giving the government all this tax? You know what I mean? I've got $1 billion.
You're worried about taxes.
And now I got to stop the government from taking it all because they don't deserve it. So I got to figure out a way to like minimize my tax. Now you got
Taxes,
billionaires
You're stressing-
problems.
You're stressing out about taxes. Hey.
But like you got
That's a gangster one.
This is the least gangster place to take a gangster picture.
Yeah.
Like There's so much artsy stuff around you. I feel like this is not gangster at all.
It's not. That little laneway is. I forgot what
Oh,
I was
that-
saying.
that-
I kind of just got like a sugar dump, like a
It's the
food
solo.
coma. Yeah, the solo just hit me.
I know about food comas. The best food coma is smoked brisket, Waggy's.
I had Haroon Hilmy on just before you.
Yeah.
And this guy's been posting. These crazy things that he.
For the third wave cafe stuff, right?
yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
It's
The big beefy, like the thing that looks like it's gonna melt in your mouth, disintegrate in your mouth. You gotta think it's just you just ate air. It's gonna taste that good. And I was thinking, oh, this guy's gonna bring this. And look, the food that he brought was beautiful, but it wasn't.
the barbecue.
You know, I was kind of deep down. I was praying for it.
I should have done a brisket then for you.
Should have. But if you promise to do that next, I'll definitely have you on
For-
again.
Because I like smoking, like meat's my expertise. Beef.
Really?
Yeah. Steaks, smoking, everything.
That's
I
what
love.
she said. Sorry, meets my expertise.
See, the comedian's rubbing in you. The comedian's being
I'm
you.
sorry, bro.
No, that's fine.
I had to
That's a
take
good
it.
joke.
I had to
That's
take it,
good
bro.
timing.
I had
Good
to
time.
take it, bro. It was there. I had to grasp on. What do you got in the bag?
So I got some watlapam. So it's a Sri Lankan dessert.
What's it called?
Watlapam.
Say it 10 times fast.
Watlapam. Watlapam.
What lapa?
Yeah. So it's made with egg.
So it's a traditional Sri Lankan dessert.
Yeah,
Now
so-
I know Sri Lanka it's not a big country,
no, it's
but is there like a north and south? There's a north that have the different dessert. Does the south have a different dessert, or is this well known in all Sri Lanka?
So this is more of if you are of a Muslim heritage, this is your. So
Right.
if you're Sri Lankan Muslim, and every celebration, if this is there, this should be there.
Okay,
If not, they're not celebrating anything.
You-
You're just having a.
you're not doing it right.
Yeah, you're not doing it right. So it's a most traditional Sri Lankan Muslim
Right.
dessert, but everyone in Sri Lanka loves this.
Ah.
And basically, there's a thing saying that if you have Sri Lankan Muslim mates, and they never give you watlapam, they were never really your brothers.
They don't like you.
They
They
were
were
never
feeding you something else, bro.
They didn't like you at all. If you never got watlapam, they never loved you. So they never liked you.
funny.
They were just hanging out with you for this thing. but-
That's so funny, bro. That reminds me of the thing I saw on social media recently, where this journalist went to some island to interview this group of. We'll get back to that in a sec. To interview this group of carnivores,
right.
this carnivore tribe, and there's like some video footage of like the tribe people putting this a crown of people's jaws of like with actual teeth in it on him, and he was sitting there figuring out. And then the story goes is that they very quickly realized that these people weren't in on. Oh yeah, these people are coming to do a documentary about that. No, this film crew was being considered
As
dinner, and he was putting this crown of people's teeth and jaws, like that was still red, on them and stuff. And this journalist is freaking out, and apparently they just bolted to their cars, and they were being chased even as they were driving off.
But like you get to a point
Like you were invited around, bro, but not for the dinner you
Yeah,
thought
but like-
we were having.
But at what point it's like, come on, you need to stop at documenting people that doesn't need documentaries. Like, it's like literally, they're known to eat people. Why the fuck would you go there?
Yeah.
It's just dumb. Like, yeah, some people just, the fact that they just walk into danger and think that just because they have a camera, they can get away with
Yeah,
it.
it's like walking into a zoo with the microphone and walking up to the line going, "Hey, buddy, what do you think today?"
Exactly the same thing.
Anyway, sorry. That kind of what. So if you didn't get what lapa,
They were never truly your friends.
that's good. But I'm getting what lapa
Yeah.
today, so this is a sign. This
Yeah,
is like
so
maybe this is a
friends, yeah.
friendship. This
It's a
is the
good
beginning
friendship,
of a
yeah.
friendship.
Or you might get diarrhea. It's either one.
Yeah,
You
but as
either
long as
gain
I
a
t-
friendship or you spend half an hour in the toilet. So it's not half an hour, probably the whole day in the toilet.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll put that theory to test tomorrow when I'm at church.
You don't have any cardamom allergies or anything, right?
Nah.
No cardamom. So
No.
it's cardamom, eggs, sugar, and you just steam it,
Yeah,
and that's it.
nice. So
And jaggery.
are we gonna get stuck into that, or is that for me?
That's for you.
Oh, you brought it for
Yeah.
me. Okay.
So my
Nice.
mom has a Sri Lankan catering business.
Oh,
So that's like authentic Sri
bro,
Lankan.
you're supposed to have some too.
Nah,
You can't give me this whole thing.
you can have the whole thing. I have so many trays at home.
Oh my god,
I have so many at home. I can just ask my mom to make more.
This looks like a lasagna.
It's better than lasagna. Well, I'm going to tell you. It's not cheesy as a lasagna, so that
It's enormous. I'm gonna have a sneak peek and a couple of bites.
let me know. Might be too sweet. I had to wrap it, just make sure it didn't spill.
I don't mind sugar as long as if it's done right.
So it's sugar in the sense it's jaggery sugar. It's not.
I don't like
Sugar.
Western. Like Western desserts.
Yeah.
You know, Western desserts are really just brutally rich.
I feel like, for me, I like Eastern food. Western desserts. The Western desserts are really they never go wrong. Western desserts
Look at that.
might not do
I mean, it doesn't. It
that appealing. It looks like a piece of
doesn't.
shit,
It
but
doesn't look great. Oh yeah, that's so good.
it's
That
cream.
reminds me.
It's like a custard, but not exactly a
It's
custard.
like custard. It's like custard cake.
Yeah. It's creamy. It's not as
Well,
soft
it's
as
definitely
as
moreish,
much.
bro. Well, I'm stuck into this over here. You know what's funny?
Leave some for your girlfriend as well. Don't finish the whole
Shower
thing.
is food,
Yeah.
bro. As if this is going to make it home.
She's gonna have a
is
sugar rush as well.
delicious.
Just run up and down the.
This is delicious. It will give me the energy to
Just keep going.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
balance
well,
that
well,
could
thank-
come out.
See, I don't want to undo. So for you looking, I don't want to undo the entire thing because I've got to carry it.
Yeah.
So I just want to leave it sort of half wrapped because there's no way I'm going to eat this all year.
You probably can.
I could, but I won't.
You should just have a few joints. That's it. It's like I'm ready, boy.
Do
Let's-
you smoke?
Yes.
Well, doesn't work for me.
Already.
No, the stoner thing doesn't work for me. I once read this book.
I don't do alcohol, so I just
Yeah, fair enough.
for me
Yeah.
it's just weed is the escape, not alcohol.
I once read this book called The Enneagram, but it was written by this author. If you don't know the Enneagram, it's like an esoteric kind of personality guide system. You know, if you like, you're either a 1 to you're like 1 to 8 or something like that on the Enneagram, and it nails your personality once you do this test. Whatever.
Right.
But also as part of that book, this author was also passionate about the Chinese elements. I think it was earth, fire, water,
So basically, Avatar the Airbender.
Wind?
This is good.
and metal. So Captain Planet style. And metal. Metal's one of the
Right.
elements. I think it was wind or air. Air.
Yeah.
Yep. And basically, I was really interested in reading the Chinese elements because a couple of times, well, what she'd say, she'd describe the element and describe what someone with that element, they tend to feel or they tend to be drawn to certain activities. And I was like, yeah, I think water, yeah, definitely water and air are resonating with me a lot. And like under a couple of them, it says, if you are this Chinese element, then you should stay the hell away from marijuana, and you should stay away from it would sometimes say you definitely stay away from alcohol or definitely stay away from coffee. It would tell you. Sometimes
Right,
it
so
said stay away from marijuana and coffee, and I'm like, oh yeah, like
So it's just the element
the element
it
is
basically affects
repelled.
your addiction as well. Like it's kind of a tale towards addiction. Like you get addicted if you use these.
No, or maybe they just affect you mentally differently. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you're addicted to it because,
Because coffee is addiction. Like I'm addicted to coffee. I can't.
yeah, think about like water and oil, right? Water's great for hydrating things. Oil is essential for lubricating things and also like the body as well. You need oils as well, but they don't mix. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So you're saying like basically if you're an air person, weed probably won't
yeah.
mix because there's a collision in there.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. You're like, it's poison for you. She
This-
said, she actually said it's poisonous for you.
Because I've met a lot of people where some people weed affects them in a different way, like they get paranoid, or some people they don't get effect at all smoking weed.
I've had the full gamut of experiences with weed. I've had the paranoia, bad. I've had the feeling I'm just about to die. I've had the munchies,
I always have the munchies.
and I finally got to the bit where I sensed, and it was very elusive. It took me a long time. Not that I smoked that much weed, but I decided to have a puff one night with this chick, and before we hit the skateboards, and I finally got to tunnel vision, full focus, which is what a lot of the stoners say.
Yeah.
That it gives them. And I'd never got that. I just got paranoia and hungry. And I was like, this is the dumbest drug on earth. Because all it does is make you overthink literally everything. And it makes you so hungry, you just spend all your cash on the dumbest food ever. And then afterwards, you feel like shit. And you're still hungry.
And you wake up the next day morning with a massive stomach ache, and you just got to take a massive.
It's the stupidest drug in history. And then I finally years later cracked it while I was skating, and I was so focused, but not just focused, relaxed. And I was just starting to weave through this skate park like
It's like a flow state thing.
I was in a flow state. And I was like, oh my God, this thing actually works. But then I thought, no, it's just because I was skating and I like that activity. Like if I'm not skating, if I'm just like, I don't know, typical stoners, like I used to live with one, and just I think it's a disgusting habit, honestly. It's extremely antisocial. They just sit there and just blaze out of life. But I'm like, mate.
Yeah, it has made me
You
kind of
can't just
antisocial when I'm high as well.
You cannot blaze out of life like that. Check back in.
Yeah, that's true.
You've got things to achieve. You've got things to do. There's life to live.
I feel like, yes.
I'm sorry.
No, I feel like
This
that's
is triggering.
No, it's actually, it's hitting me this thing. But then, back to the Soul podcast, then I listened to the procrastination thing, and it's like, because most of weed, what it does is makes you procrastinate a lot of everything you want to do. It just makes you procrastinate. You just got to just make your mindsets in that.
You know how many stoners I've met that are literally going to take over the world?
If they stop procrastinating.
Yeah, I remember this one guy I used to live with. Massive stoner. Enormous stoner. He was writing this book series. Like as detailed as like maybe Game of Thrones books. I've never read those, but I've heard they're extremely detailed. That's what he said he was doing. But he was getting high every day.
And just not doing anything.
I don't know. He never showed us anything. But every time I'd see him, he'd be kind of just, he hadn't smoked yet. He was on his way to smoke. And he was like, oh, working on this book series and it's going to be sick. Never heard of him again. Never seen these book series published. I know what you're saying. They all have these grandiose ideas about all the things.
Because when you smoke, it gives you those ideas as well.
Well, that's what my housemate was like too. She was like, oh, and then I'm going to be rich and then I'm going to be, and I'm like,
you got to put the effort in. If you don't put
you're
the
cooked
effort.
as. Like, you literally done nothing. Like the whole 9 months I've known you, you haven't done anything but show up to your day job, which kudos to you.
Yeah.
Considering how late you're up smoking, and literally just come back home and smoke. Somehow you managed to make it to the grocery store in that time as well. Because there always seems to be food in the fridge.
See, this used to be me like a few months ago. It's like literally me. Just go to my day job, come back. I don't smoke on weekdays, just weekends, have a puff, and not do anything. But then I started because I started realizing I'm just procrastinating way too much. I'm saying shit I'm going to do, and I'm not putting action and doing it at all. So then I made weed like a reward thing. If I do this, then I get to smoke a joint. So I just made like a reward system with weed. I see, let's just go. This idiot. Just using excuses to smoke weed.
If I achieve this, I'm going to take the thing that stops me from achieving
it.
It's like the Spider-Man meme.
It is pretentious, but it works because if you think I'm going to smoke and then achieve it, you're never going to achieve that.
That's true.
And the task needs to be very small. It can't be something that's unachievable in a day. It needs to be something that's you can do it within a day or a short period of time.
Yeah.
If it's something massive, then it's like, yeah, just go smoke weed, man. You're not
I'm
going to
gonna
achieve it.
sort out my sock drawer today.
Literally. I'm gonna clean my room today. Okay, you get a joint. I'm gonna take my dog on a walk today. You get a joint for that. So you just got different categories of different things to do.
Imagine when you started making it like a 2-day task. I'm gonna sort out my finances.
Start scratching my hand. You just need that hit. You just start becoming like Deng.
Did you get high before you got here? You
No.
came here? No. Yeah.
Last night. So
Yeah. I'm gonna do a podcast today. Blaze out for the rest of the
before
day.
I got here, I was actually doing some wiring on my car.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I read your message, but I was too busy ordering KFC, and I was like, "Oh, good. He's going to be late."
Because I was like, I had like 1 hour left. I live in Hallam, so it's like 1 hour
Yeah, I
from
know
here.
Hallam.
Yeah, so I was like, I got 1 hour more. Let me just figure this wiring out because I had a fridge in the back that wasn't getting power. So it's like, let me figure this out in my car. And then it's like, oh, it's 1:40, 1:15. It's like, I'm late.
You've got like real manly qualities about you.
Thanks, man.
You know, you still work on your car, and
It's because it's so much expensive to do wiring.
bro, that's why people do stuff.
Because if you
There's two options. You leave it broken
yeah,
because it's too expensive, or you roll up your sleeves and do the job yourself. That's what the old guys that raised us used to do.
Like the number
know.
of people that go to a mechanic now is insane because it's
Just to
like
change a light bulb.
Yeah, simple things. They spend
Gotta
like
lift
4
up the hood. You just got to unscrew the cap and
just-
take the old bulb out and put the new one in and screw it back and close the hood.
But I feel like one of the restrictions is that with
You need to have a screwdriver.
but with working on cars is like if you're a mechanic or you have access to a workshop, a 30-minute or 40-minute home job is a 10-minute job at the mechanics because he just got the equipment and stuff. Like sometimes you get like
Yeah, he's
it's-
efficient. He's
yeah.
efficient.
And like,
Sure.
and sometimes like especially working at home, like you get stuck, like you get a rusted bolt.
Mm.
It's the worst. You got to put WD-40 and just crank it and just like it just takes so much time. Whereas a mechanic will have a specific tool.
He's dealt with that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never dealt with it, but he's dealt with
Yeah,
it. He
he's-
deals with them all the
Yeah,
time.
so it's his day job, so he just needs a way. He needs a way.
Or
to
she.
Yeah, she.
Yeah.
It's a gender neutral,
Profession.
Profession, yeah.
Absolutely, it is.
and
Never seen a female mechanic, but I heard they exist.
I haven't seen a female mechanic, but like when I went camping and stuff, I saw females working on their cars. So
Well, yeah, that's good. You should.
Yeah.
You're camping. You're going to need to do running repairs on your van. You've got to learn some stuff.
if you're going to travel around Australia, learn how to do fix it.
I want to do that, but I lost my manly car skills. I have to reacquire them somehow.
You just need a Toyota. That's it. You don't need manly cars. You just need a Toyota.
Yeah.
And chances of it failing is like really low.
and if it does fail, everyone's got parts for them. They're the easiest parts to get.
And that's the best part about the country people as well. So when I was traveling,
Like you don't go road tripping in a Lambo.
yes. But I saw some insane people pulling insane shit when I was coming from Port Augusta to Adelaide. So I saw this guy had like this massive,
What are you doing on a road trip like that?
2023, I went to Esperance and then came back in WA. So crossed in Nullarbor and then came back here.
Right, okay.
It was so good. It was the
Would've been a
best.
sick trip.
But
Incredible.
one thing I realized, I went for 3 weeks.
Mm.
If I had the same amount I spent on fuel without accommodation, I can't bring my car. The same amount I spent on fuel, I could go do a month Europe trip and come back.
Sure.
It'd still be the same amount. But it gives you.
But you still got to drive around Europe somehow. Oh,
Yeah.
no, you can get buses in Europe are
Trains,
pretty good.
yeah.
Trains and buses in Europe are incredible.
But like driving.
But in a
across
car,
Australia,
you can stop wherever you want.
it just gives you so much freedom. You just can go to anywhere you want, especially having a 4-wheel drive. And traveling across Australia, it's just that trip itself. I saw so many different landscapes. Just like Adelaide was different. Like as soon as you leave Victoria and you go towards Adelaide, you see the trees started shrinking. Like they're not the same height as the Victorian trees. especially near Mount Gambier and all that, trees are really high. Then you go towards inland, towards Adelaide, it gets smaller, and then as soon as you pass Adelaide and goes towards Port Augusta, it just starts becoming this just bare grasslands. It's just grasslands. You still see greenery, but it's just grass.
It's just,
You don't see trees or anything.
yeah, that's interesting. And so, what was the crazy thing you saw near Port Augusta?
So no.
People fixing their cars or something?
Oh yeah, so just people so whenever the crazy thing I saw coming from Port Augusta, I saw this massive Silverado, the Chevy trucks,
Oh yeah.
and this guy is, and the road was right next to the ocean. You see the ocean right next to it, and he was pulling a massive yacht across the road with these oversized these things. So we had to move over. And he was just pulling a yacht. It's like, why? Why would you do that? It's the ocean's right there. It's supposed to go in the ocean, not on the road.
Put it in the ocean and drive it home.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot easier to tow a boat than it is to sail one if you don't know how to sail.
That's true. But then you're carrying a yacht. You're probably spending fuel. The fuel cost to pull.
Please, a Silverado owner doesn't care about fuel.
That's true. Why would you get a Silverado?
Silverado.
No, but fuel is insane when you get to those.
I've got to close this up, bro.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm getting jittery.
The sugar rush is
I'm
starting.
Tweaking.
Tweaking on sugar.
Delicious though. Absolutely stunning. I wish I could have shown it a bit more to people, but you got the gist from the fork loads.
It doesn't look appealing, but it tastes really good.
Hey everyone, if you haven't subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, consider it.
Please subscribe to the Lui Diaz Podcast.
Well, just consider it. I'm not asking.
No, don't consider. You got to subscribe.
Yeah. Sup, mate? Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Man, stop, man.
Louis.
Good to meet you, Tom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Haroon.
I seen you sitting down here and I was like, oh, they're doing a podcast.
Yeah. Oh, nice to meet you. Thanks for saying g'day.
You start smoke one.
Oh, I was going to ask you the same thing
Yeah.
just then, bro. I was literally going to ask you. I'm looking for a cigarette, so if you find anyone that's got one, I'll give them some cash.
Let me know too.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I have this tradition, like when I go to comedy clubs, I don't like buying.
It is hard.
Yeah, tell me about it. I know. It's way harder these days than it ever.
With me, I'll go and see some boys and that. If I see them down here, I'll be like,
I'll give them $5 for a couple of darts.
cigarette.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. I go to.
I was gonna ask you, actually, like,
Yeah,
sorry
yeah.
to be rude.
No, that's fine.
I was gonna ask you, like, if you had a couple of bucks or something.
I'm not cash with me,
sorry
but
to be rude, bro.
No.
Sorry to ask you.
There you go. Have some. Lighten up my wallet for me,
You
will
were
you?
saying you were gonna give somebody $5 for cigarettes and that, you know. I was gonna say, do you have a $5 note, my card?
Not on me, bro. Not on me. I hope they had change. That's
close
$3.
to that's close to $5.
Bro, you could buy another bottle of wine at Aldi's for that.
You fucking Oh, for me, by the way, I'm Warranjuri.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a Wonder Breed and that. Yeah.
Well, thank you for having us.
Thanks.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you for welcoming us.
Thank you.
I'm gonna see you.
Do your thing, bro.
Oh,
Thanks for that.
If they need more money, I'll see if I can split this 20 I got.
so can I give you a quick hug, bro?
Ah, sure, bro.
Is that alright?
Oh, absolutely.
See you, brother.
Hug, bro.
Nah, all good, all good. Thanks, bro.
Go and do my thing and
Yeah, we'll see you around.
do your thing, you fellas.
Thanks.
brother.
You too. Cheers.
That was this, and this just reminds me of Deng as well. Like, so Deng is basically people like him, like just people who live in the streets who's struggling with addiction. And that's the thing. Like with Deng, a lot of people like him, we
Deng.
try to avoid. Because Deng is based on people like him,
Yeah.
who's just people who are struggling with addiction and living on the streets and everything. And like what people love to do is like avoid these people and like walk away or this thing. But just if you have a conversation with them, you just see them just regular people. Just
Well, addiction is associated with violence for a good, yeah. And so You know, this fella comes up to us with his bottle of wine. We don't know what he wants.
Yeah.
We don't know what he was wanting to do. I don't know if he's having an episode. I understand why people are afraid. I do, because you don't want to get glassed by a guy who goes, "Oh, you in my spot."
Yeah, that's it.
But
There's a risk of
but
it,
you're
but
right. Most of the time, all you need to do is engage in a human way,
Yeah.
a genuine way, and these people will show you that they are human and genuine too, just like you.
and
They're just struggling with different struggles you have.
they'll respect you, and
My struggles aren't as public as his
Yeah,
struggles.
that's true.
I still got struggles. They're just not as public as
We
his.
just like to hide them as
I'm not holier than thou.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of people do. They're like pretend that they're holier than thou. Like I was walking past through the city today, and this woman was charged up. She looked charged up, and she was talking to herself, kind of thing.
Yeah. You see a lot of people.
She could have been on the phone. And then this other woman I walked past, that we were sort of, she was standing, I was walking, crazy lady, we'll just call her, was walking. Standing lady looked at crazy lady and went, and looked at me like, as in like,
You were supposed to validate her.
you agree with me,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, I ain't agreeing with you. Her dirty laundry's public.
Yeah.
Don't think you're holier than thou. I know you got issues, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because none of you bros are without your issues.
Like, everyone has issues. It's just like
Toxic fucking mole. All you think you can do is escape your own issues by judging someone else.
you think you're even worse than that person because you think you're better than them.
Yeah, she didn't even notice you.
Yeah.
But all you did was notice her.
And it's like the more I started filming Deng, the more I started, like when I was just hanging around with Deng and just shooting, like Deng said, the person, the homeless person that came, lived with him, and he got a job and everything. So with these people, I just understand.
Yes, he did say that. He did say that.
You just got to treat people with respect. Just treat them as humans, and they'll treat you back as humans.
With dignity, yeah. You just reminded me of something that I felt while I was watching it. And it was like, because I knew some of the characters in there. I knew some of your, I guess, actors, you'd call them. But I knew that there was a bunch of people in there too that also were not. And I had a really hard time differentiating between the two. Only through the fact that I knew some of the guys.
Yeah.
They've been on my podcast. Versus the other people that I'm like, I'm sus that person's an actor. Versus someone who I could just be someone off the street. You managed to blend in really well the
mockumentary bit,
the mock and the
documentary
and the doc.
because we wanted to keep everyone, the extras and everyone. So only the people who are talking to the camera are scripted. Everybody else is like, we just want to keep the natural element of just because the whole thing is capturing the streets of Melbourne. If we make production like a production and a studio like thing, it'll take the element of the streets of
So
Melbourne.
what kind of camera are you using?
Uh,
Since you're such a camera nerd.
R6, Canon R6.
Yeah. Okay.
The,
It's a chunky camera, yeah?
I was into
You're into
photography.
photography, yeah.
And then I started photography, and then slowly from comedy means you need to make content. So I just started
Yeah.
transitioning into content and just
Okay.
doing more creative content
But
stuff.
it's not too obstructive. You know, it's not too big and bulky, this camera that looks like you're a film crew.
because it's only me.
It's just you.
So I have the
Do you have any lighting or anything? that
no
you
lighting.
carry
So
with you?
natural lighting.
Natural
the whole
lighting?
thing is natural
Yeah, I
lighting.
felt that. And then what about audio? What are you doing?
So
You got a
audio-
shotgun on the camera?
So there's one shotgun on the camera. So I split the audio and the camera. So one shotgun on the camera and one for a mic for me. And Mading and the other characters are connected to my phone, and then wireless mics just pick up the phone and then just sync the audios post the edit.
That's cool.
So there's like four mics operating at the same time.
That's good. Yeah, that's a sophisticated
Yeah,
little
it's-
setup you got there.
And it's just one person can handle it. That's how we did it. So it's like because having too many other elements just restrict our filming as well. Because it's the easiest episodes we filmed was me and Mading. Only both of us were in there because it's those scenes. Which is just easy. You just go, done. Whereas if you're relying on more people, that means it comes with more roadblocks. Because someone might say last minute, say, I can't show up. There's like one instance where one of the comedians said, "I can't show up." So on the spot, we didn't have. We had to. We needed someone to, because everybody else confirmed they're going to be there in that time. So we had to get one of my Deng's mates, and it's like, "Can you just be on there?" And he was an actor. He wasn't a comedian, nothing. So we just had to put him there and just like play a character. And you'll probably notice it when you watch one of the episodes. Like, you'll know who the character was. That was the last minute fill in.
I probably won't, bro. Like I said, I found it hard to distinguish. Like I didn't find it. Like I said, it wasn't too hard because I knew some of the guys, but I found it hard to distinguish after a while. Probably 5 minutes in, I was like, it's getting blurry now.
Like,
And I loved
on the
it.
first episode,
I loved it because of that.
the people reacting say you can't film.
Yeah.
So that was real. I was
I
like,
know.
we tried to cut it. It was like, no,
I-
let me just roll with this.
I
and just
knew
keep
that
doing it.
was real, but that's where it started to get murky for
Yeah.
me. I was like, wait a second. Yeah, this is happening.
That was the real
Luke
reaction.
James played himself.
Yeah. I was telling everyone the exact same thing. Like, before the episode itself, I was like, before I showed people, I was like, this guy with the MAGA hat, he's not playing a character, he's playing himself.
He's playing himself. And you could tell he was relishing the opportunity to play himself too. He was like, yes, this is my big
This
shot.
This
to
is my
finally play
chance to
myself.
shine. Like, we needed a character that's, on the first episode, I feel like the first episode is the most political episode that we have. Everything else is just a complete different tone from the second.
Anything
and
that Luke James will star in will be
this is
political.
Yeah, that's
You know what I've started calling them? No offense to Luke. I think he's a decent fella, but a polititards. These Melburnians, bro. We live in such a polititard country. Everyone's got an opinion about politics.
and I feel like that's
Everyone.
that's the one of the ways I
Everyone's
think
got an asshole and an opinion about politics.
100% true. And most of the time, the words that coming out is from their asshole, not the actual mouth. That's the problem.
Pretty much.
And I feel like the bread and games has evolved into political divides. So it's like games
dude.
became expensive. It's like, if you want to watch football, UFC,
Everything's privatized
yeah,
now.
you got to pay a lot of. So games not free. So you just got to find another avenue to divide people and distract them. So it's like
Politics.
divide them with political divide. I feel like that's.
I hope
the
that
new-
backfires on them someday.
I feel like people need to realize it's not politics. It's just I feel like
the
the
show of politics.
wealth divide is the bigger issue than I think the left or the right.
It's the show. It's the performance of politics. It's
Yeah,
not politics. You don't know what's going on behind those closed doors. You know, if you did, every politician's meeting rooms and phones would be tapped, for public, but they're not. So what you're seeing is the show of it. You're not seeing
Yeah.
the real.
I feel like we should start releasing politicians' tax returns and like their annual claims and all that, and see, okay, how much money are they getting? What are they using it on? Like, from where is this money coming?
It would
from?
make sense. I mean, they are public servants.
Yeah. If a corporation has to release their public,
They're called
yeah,
public servants.
yeah. So you should show us
Serve the public.
where you're getting this money from and all that. Because
Yeah.
I come from a corrupt country, Sri Lanka, and our politicians are known for, and it's open. Like, everyone who votes knows that he's a corrupt person, but he will help me.
Yeah.
That's their intentions. Like,
It's
they
the
know
lesser
somebody.
of two evils
Yeah.
kind of thing.
So like, I'll get help from him because
Yeah.
I have mates that know the politician who has people inside his circle that I know, and they'll get me what I want. So I'm just going to convince a lot of people in my city or the neighborhood, vote for this guy. He's a good guy. So that's the mindset of Sri Lanka, because all the Sri Lankans know politicians are corrupt. It's accepted fact, and we still keep voting these people in.
I know some Sri Lankans, man. They're fun, crazy people. You know,
It's I was
they're funny. They're funny, good, crazy people.
I was trying to write a joke about it as well, like the riots. So recently there's these riots happening, right? Like Nepal, Bangladesh, and
I've
then you
heard,
got,
yeah.
what was that? Indonesia. Or all the people are revolting, and it's like revolutions again. Like they're taking over the country,
All over again, yeah.
putting new leaders. Whereas like it started in Sri Lanka in I think 2021
Mm.
when the Sri Lankans did the thing. But And like we showed even the Jan 6, the White House guys, how to break into a president's house. We had pool parties. We were just actually jumping in the pool, having parties, having shower in the president's shower, using his gym. And there's at one point there's this
That's funny.
news report of showing people inside the president's house watching news of people breaking into the house. It became so meta at one point. And it's like, and that's the Sri Lankan attitude. It doesn't matter. There's like this Sri Lankan saying, never do not bang tune. Even if the ship's sinking, we're still going to have fun and play music.
Yeah.
So that's the whole attitude.
I like
Even
it.
if the country is burning, we're going to break into the president's house, but we're not going to burn them or destroy them. We're just going to have fun and just have a party.
We're going to have a party.
And
I like it.
and that's what they did. They just invited people. It became a tourist destination for
I
a
feel
while.
like Sri Lankans are my spirit animal.
Doesn't matter what happens, always have fun.
Yeah.
Have a party.
100%. You got to have a good time. You got to be joyful. You know,
That's-
you got to be happy. You broke, you got to be happy.
You're rich, you got to be happy. It's just
100%. Like, you've got a choice in this. You've got a choice in everything. You know, and I've made both choices in all situations in my life. I've made both choices. I've made the choice to be happy in hard times and sad in hard times. I've made the choice to be miserable in good times and happy in good times. I've made all the choices, and it's I tell you what's more fun,
the happy one.
even during a bad time.
That's 100% true.
It's just way better.
It just distracts you, just makes you. It's like the suffering thing, right? It always leads you to suffering. Just find a way to escape the suffering and have fun.
Well, I believe in miracles. I believe miracles happen, and I do believe that, like the angels will smile upon you, dependent on you. If you smile in that moment, you'll be given grace, God's grace. You will. I believe that. I've had that happen to me. I was 19. I was moved into a place. Couldn't afford the rent. Was between jobs, but I did have like a weekend job. And I remember one day knowing that I was going to have to go to this pub I worked in, pick up my pay, because they used to give it to us in cash in envelopes.
The old school way.
Yeah, and I remember, it was the early 2000s, and I remember not knowing that the amount of cash I was going to pick up for the shifts that I'd done was not enough to pay my rent and get me through the week, right? So I knew what I was heading into. And as I was brushing my teeth, I remember at that moment I was brushing my teeth thinking about this, and I was miserable. I was just thinking, this is a low. This is a real low. And then I got to the pub, and as I started walking up the stairs to go to the office, in that moment, I just went, I am not going to let this situation defeat me. And I put the biggest smile on my face and went and just marched up the stairs like,
Just take it.
I'm in. Take it. Went to the office, spoke to the manager, picked up my envelope, took it back to my car, opened it up. There was double the amount of money that should have been in there.
So it's the attitude you.
Some would say, you know, those people that want to be cynical and don't want to be miracle believers, that's okay. That's a choice you have in life, and that's
Yeah.
good. Live like that. Please, by all means, where you're free to live how you want. Me, I tend to want to believe in things because that belief energizes me into beliefs that I think have a positive impact on my own life.
Yeah.
Hopefully other people's too, but on the very least on my own life, which is the only life that matters, and I ain't harming anyone with these beliefs. But, you know, some might think that was going to happen anyway, regardless of whether you smiled on your face. Doesn't matter. I want to believe it. I want to believe it.
If you were looking down on the situation and spoke to the manager and said, I don't have enough money for rent, he would have taken it out and started counting the money.
Oh, maybe.
So you'd have.
Well, how much you got in there? I don't know. Geez, that's too much. You're
Like,
right.
the attitude that you had.
Myself.
like, it's just-
Could have stooged myself. You're right. And then I thought about it, right? And And the funny thing is that, look, people knew my situation, that I was I'd been homeless. People knew my situation. I think my manager maybe she felt she knew how hard I'd been working. I don't know whether she just felt sorry for me and put extra cash in there. What I do know is that manager later was arrested on a shift that I wasn't working. During a shift I wasn't working, I found out later, was arrested for embezzlement. So she had been stealing money. She was arrested and convicted of embezzlement. Eventually, never to be heard from again.
What if she was actually not counting the employees' money and just giving them extra, and she just caught for
I reckon she fished a bit extra for me. I put two and two together on that way later, because this happened well before she got busted. So I didn't even have the opportunity to. People were like, oh, you were dishonest. You took extra money. I was like, well, I fucking
It's
needed
not
it.
I'm working for this place. So
I needed it.
this is the same
I was
thing.
working pretty hard.
Yeah, like if I see on my paycheck, there's like, at this point I was like, I don't even go tell them. If I take a leave and it's just still 40 hours worked, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna shut up. I'm just gonna add my leaves. But I know it's disingenuous, but like I do.
Shout out to our bosses.
Shout out to our bosses. Hopefully they never see this.
Hopefully never.
Highly
Highly
But
unlikely.
by the time you see this, hopefully we both made it out of our
What they're going to
corporate.
do, what they're going to do is they're not going to watch this.
Yeah.
They're going to download the transcript and get AI to run
do
over
right.
it. Did my employee say anything dubious?
I'm just not going to say my employee's name, so then I know who it is. But
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, that's I don't know why I started that story, but that's
no, it's the attitude, the happy
Attitude,
attitude, the
yeah.
Sri Lankan attitude of
the Sri Lankan attitude.
never getting not banned you.
There you go. That's why I started it. Because it's like you got a choice. May as well make it fun.
It's like that's the whole Sri Lanka thing, is just how fun, just how parties is. Even if it's a bad situation and this thing, just enjoy it. You just live the moment. Was
See if you can resolve some things as well.
Yeah.
Try and put some brain energy into figuring it out.
if you have no other option, then just
Yeah.
get drunk, have fun,
Yeah.
do drugs, have a party.
Typical Sri Lankan. Look at you. Bro, so tell us about Deng as we got to close this out. What's happening with Deng? You got how many episodes in season 1?
12 episodes.
No,
So
so
we had
you just released episode
One.
1 and you're releasing weekly?
weekly, yeah. So weekly
Okay.
we can release each episode, and it's not a skit series. So there's an actual story that's following. It's all over the place.
Who
So
wrote this?
me and Mading. So
Yeah,
we
you're writing it together.
yeah. Not technically. There's no writing in our this thing.
Oh, you got some plan. You got
So that's the best part about working with comedians. So it's like we have a structure. It's like me and Mading, we had a smoke sesh, wrote all 12 episodes in one sitting. It was like probably like an hour or two. We sat down, we wrote all 12 episodes.
I love this.
And basically what we have is there's like the day before we'll release a 4-minute audio
Yeah.
message. I was like, okay, this is what the episode is like. It's like this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. There's no scripts, improvise.
You cast yourself as an amateur filmmaker.
Yeah. So
Which are you an amateur filmmaker?
technically yes.
Yeah.
After this year, I officially become amateur filmmaker.
But you're pretending to be an
Yeah,
amateur,
amateur
filmmaker as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because you've got, yeah. No, I just found that funny because I was like, wait a second, is he inceptioning me right now with like the fact that he is an amateur filmmaker, but he's
Yeah,
telling me
he's
in this
amateur film,
mockumentary.
So it's like it's a more.
That's why, because from the very get go, you were telling me the truth.
Yeah.
Which made it more doc than mock.
It blends with truth. and
Yes.
So it's a wave. So it's very like when you show
fuck.
people,
Yeah.
they're like, they think I'm actually filming a homeless person. I was like, everyone's reaction is like,
Oh, Mading plays an
it's
insanely
just so
good homeless
accurate.
person.
I was telling him, bro, we got this. I don't think we can continue doing this for too long because people will just associate you to being the homeless guy.
Yeah.
'Cause he just plays it
Well,
so.
when people find out that he's playing a homeless guy, there might be backlash.
That's true. This is just so accurate.
Mm.
But then again,
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
but like that's the other thing that we wanted to focus on as well. Like we know this is a heavy topic because there's still going to be a lot of backlash, especially the people like you said, the lady today. The people who shrug off these people are the ones who's going to get offended most of the time. And we wanted to balance it out. It's like we want to show what's actually happening in the streets in a comedic way, but bring some context and story as well. So the first few episodes, it looked like chaos, but like at the end, we got like a structure that just it leads towards the end of the story of the season 1 end. The end episode.
Well, I'm excited to see them. I just watched episode 1 before you sat down. Luckily, it was only 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
I didn't know how long it was going to be. I thought it might be an hour or something.
Our longest is probably like 25 minutes. And that's the final episode. But everything before it's between the 8 and 16 minute mark.
Yeah.
So it's mostly like 8 and 12 most of the episodes. And then you got one that's 16, the other one's 24.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure you'll work out as you sort of keep putting episodes out where the sweet spot is for like episode lengths. Because the more editing,
That's
the more,
right.
you know, you want to be productive.
And we didn't want the content to be too long as well. Like, it's just like sometimes, like, there was one episode, the first episode we shot. We actually shot the third episode first, and then we did like episode 1 after like 3 or 4 days. Not 3 or 4 weeks after the second and the third episode. And Luke James' interview was literally after we shot everything, we did the interview and then we added it because there's a cut. Because when we were doing the first few episodes, we weren't sure if we were going to add an interview bit, just me following directly. But I feel like, what do you feel like? Does the interview bit add some element to it?
Yeah. If you interview randos.
Right. So this is more the characters that's in the series that we're interviewing and just putting their input like each. Like when you watch
That'll be interesting, but it'd be good to actually also interview
The
like
rando.
a rando as well. Because I think it's just, you got to continue that blend of fucking with people's heads. They don't know if this
It's
one's
real or
real or
not,
not.
yeah.
That's the intrigue of it.
That's why a lot of people watch this. Like, I don't know if it's this. Are you guys really following this thing or is this fake? And then they go. One guy watched it. And
No,
it's like,
like it doesn't really matter. It is captivating because it is intriguing. It's captivating because I don't know if what's real and what's not. That's why.
It's not true studio and it's raw. So it just
I'm not even that into Deng's story yet because I've just been introduced to him. But what's really captured me is I don't know if this is real or this is not. But I know that those streets I've seen before.
yeah.
And what's going on in this picture is totally viable on that street. That's definitely something that it's not like you're doing it in Turak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know this is fake. You're doing it in the city and in St Kilda.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
That's the other thing we're banking on as well, like going to familiar locations and putting those familiar locations so that they reference the familiar locations in their mind as well. It's like, I've been there. I can see this happening at this spot. It's like, this is not surprising to see this at this spot.
no,
So,
but then it's not real.
see, that's
But
what
then
we
is it?
can do. The one smoke session can write you 12 episodes.
Yeah. That smoke session worked.
Yeah. So there's no procrastination. It's just sitting down, just writing.
That one worked. Yeah.
But most of the time, it doesn't work. It's just,
Yeah. Well, you found a way to gamify it for yourself.
yeah.
I'm actually sure that if a stoner put their mind to it and put some actions in place and set it up like a reward system like you did, that you could get some stuff done. You could get some incredible
And
stuff
this took
done.
me like 6 years of smoking to realize the reward system thing.
Well, 6
for
years is
6
a
years, I
long
was
time
doing
to make
call.
up.
I was doing call for 6 years, just
Yeah.
getting high, and then it's like I started listening and researching, and then critical thinking.
You were ruminating
Yeah.
over taking over the world somehow. You were ruminating
much
over
responsibility,
6
yeah.
years over your opportunity to do something fun and impactful. That's
And
what you were doing. 6 years worth of and then bang, in 2 hours you wrote 12 episodes. You know, there are some writers out there that call themselves professional writers that couldn't pump out a season worth in 6 years. They can't write. They get writer's block or whatever they call it.
We
Procrastination.
me and I don't know about meeting, but I wouldn't like to take all the credit because most of it was improvised lines by the actors. So it's like
But
just the structure. We had the structure for the 12 episodes.
Yeah.
Like the story. This is what the story
I
is.
love the music, the soundtrack that you put in.
And all the music.
Where'd you get all that music from?
So, have you been to Meding's show, the Saturday Night at Solace?
No, not yet.
So he does a show at Solace every Saturday. So it's like a podcast comedy thing. So he interviews people. They do comedy and then he interviews the people.
Mm.
He's got a live band that plays for him called Alive East. And George, Mickey, they're the band members. So we got them to play music according to each episode. So each episode is all own brand new original like soundtracks.
It's a good production, bro.
Soundtracks.
You've done a great job. You guys have done a great job putting this together.
And all the
I think it's really well done.
and all the locations, like we got cars free. We just randomly showed up and the guy goes, "Oh, we got some cars. Do you want to
It's
use
better than Chris Lilly's things. Yeah.
it?" Really?
Yep.
You reckon?
Where you know that that's all written, except for the one bits. There's a couple of bits at Summer Heights High where they use the actual school kids and it's a bit improv.
Yeah.
That's mostly written with a little bit of improv. Yours is mostly improv with a little bit of written,
Yeah.
and I like it.
Thanks, man. Thank you very much.
And I love the music. The music it felt good. It felt like it worked in there.
Yeah.
It wasn't just random music that you plonked over the top.
Yeah, it's
the
not just
music
like-
worked.
We
Once you get a bit more sophisticated with your production, just a touch more.
with lighting and everything.
No, it doesn't even need lighting, but just add some cutaways, like some B-roll.
Yeah.
Maybe some
That's the other thing
time
we-
lapse footage of Melbourne sun setting or something into
Just the cuts
into
need
your
to
frame.
be, yeah. Just edits need to be a bit better. I feel like, and the more,
That's
and
not
that's
a
the funny
critique. That's opportunity.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing. Like, you when you watch the episodes, you start seeing the editing actually get better each episode by episode.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
this-
why I said I can tell this has got something, because it felt rough, but I could see where you're headed with this. I can tell that you're going to get better, naturally going to get better as you produce.
Because this
and,
was the
and
first time.
as you get better, it's going to get better, and it's already got the skeleton of something really good.
Thanks.
I
thank
like
you.
it, bro.
Thank you very much.
I'm stoked to watch it today.
Thanks. Hopefully the next episode it becomes much lighter. So the next few episodes is just lighter and just fun. It's more leaning towards fun.
Okay, well,
and then it just gets a bit emotional in this thing.
Well, make sure that you continue to take people on a bipolar journey, I'd say.
Thanks.
You know, I'd say that, especially with our attention spans these days, we're used to being emotionally manipulated in one direction and another. Humans are being trained like that now. You might need to do that too.
Yeah.
Oh, this episode, Deng's friend on the street dies. Oh, this episode, Deng gets a job as a car washer or
Yeah.
something. You know what I mean? Like your highs and lows.
That's true.
Yeah, the highs and lows. I want to continue to see that. And that's what charges people up. Think of like a good TV series, like, you know, Game of Thrones, for example, is a great one that really nails the highs and lows.
That's true. 100%. Yeah.
Breaking Bad in some ways nails highs and lows. Yeah, barrel full of cash. Oh no, bad guys against you. You know, oh no. Yes, you sold a whole heap of drugs.
Justified this TV show.
They take you up and down. They polarize your emotional spectrum.
Yeah, but
Crazy.
but we still want to add the comedy element as well. Like we could have gone more like actual documentary, but then
Use this opportunity to exercise your range of filmmaking capability and Deng's range of
acting.
capability, because this is not the finished product.
Yeah.
Okay. Your
just-
practice. This is the thing that takes you guys either to the next stage of it or to the next big thing in your life. But just think about it like that. Like I'm thinking about every podcast episode is my opportunity to learn how to be a better host, or I know I'm acquiring. I don't look at this as a podcast. I've said this on other episodes. This is not me. This is not a podcast. This is me learning how to podcast. Okay.
Yeah.
And as long as you maintain that attitude and try and practice and try and practice the things that make it what it is, then you won't miss the opportunity.
And it makes sense as well. Like when you say that, like it's like lived experience with the Deng thing. It's like the editing. We started learning the software while we were editing it. So that's how crazy it was. It was like learned experience, and it's like the more you do it, the more you learn, and like the more better you get.
What are you using for editing?
Premiere Pro. which is,
DaVinci Resolve, get off Premiere.
Yes, but DaVinci Resolve is way harder to learn than Premiere.
No, it's not.
Premiere is a
YouTube-
retarded software, by the way. It's just,
Please. Mate, if I can learn DaVinci, anyone can learn
I tried
DaVinci.
DaVinci. It's just so hard.
Bro, it's so easy, bro. You're just not using it right because people don't understand the tabs.
Yeah, there's so many tabs.
Well, I did 10 hours of YouTube tutorials. 10 hours before I was okay. Then I did 10 more optimizing. 20 hours. Me can learn that. And it's free.
That's the best part about DaVinci.
That's
it's
why
free. Yeah.
I hate Adobe. I think they charge young filmmakers
Way too much.
I'm a big fan of softwares like DaVinci that know that they're only around because of filmmakers.
Yeah.
But I think we've got more to talk about.
Yeah, sure. I have some more stuff. Next time I'll bring you food. I can talk about food for hours.
Oh, bro.
I love cooking.
I love it. You can bring a little puff as well if you like. I don't mind. Just a little bitty. Little bitty.
I'll put it in the food.
Oh, don't do that, bro.
Chimichurris with some weed in it.
I want to be spiked, bro.
Chimichurris with weed in it will be good. I'm telling you.
Oh, you're funny, man. Hey, this has been so good. Well, whatever happened here happened. But thanks for coming,
Louis.
bro.
It was fun. It was fun talking to you, man.
We had fun. Yeah, this was good.
Hopefully everyone watches Deng. Go check out Deng, the Gym Junkie.
Deng, the Gym Junkie.
On YouTube. It's called KNC Productions.
I loved it. You'll love it. It'll be fun. If you love Melbourne and you love the streets, you'll love it.
And if you're not from Melbourne and if you want to learn the streets of Melbourne, go watch Deng.
You won't learn much about the streets of Melbourne, but you'll learn a lot about
Melbourne underground Melbourne culture.
I love it.
Thank you. See y'all.
That was fun.
Oh, that was awesome, man. I don't know why I was so worried about this conversation. It's like thinking like,
What the hell were you worried about, bro?
what am I going to talk for this long? It's like